Hi, this is Rachel, speaking to you now. Please do not drive or operate any machinery whilst listening to this audio. Some of the things I speak about may be triggering. Please make sure you are in a safe frame of mind to continue. This is not intended to be medical or mental health advice, and I am not a certified mental health professional. In the case of an emergency, please contact your local resources. Feelings come and go. The sadness and the sorrow course through my veins. They are old friends of mine, good old friends. I know this sadness. I know it all too well. I cannot make it go away. I cannot think it away or wish it away. It is here to stay for the night. I feigned okayness for a new friend to give her the pleasure of talking. What I had wished would have been a 5-minute phone call turned into a 1-hour phone call. I had 0 reserves of energy when I called this woman, and now I am just depleted. I am negative on energy reserves, and yet something has compelled me to write all of this down. Maybe because I know that this story of my experience resonates with someone else out there in this big, wide world. And that if my output becomes their input, then we will have proved this theory that we are not alone, never alone, not ever. And maybe it's this non-aloneness that makes living actually worthwhile, at least for today. Tomorrow can worry about itself in the morrow. But for today, what am I supposed to do with this aliveness? This being alive and living in spite of the sadness, in spite of the sorrow, in spite of being depleted of the sort of energy that makes me want to live this life. I have 0 energy to live, to be alive, and yet here I exist. Here I persist. Es ist so komisch. It's so strange. Unglaublich. Unbelievable. Yet believable because here I am. Very tired moms of multiple children fall into bed every night, very much existing, yet also depleted. Busy parents don't even have time to feel, to process their emotions. They warm the bottle of milk and try to keep their eyes open. Me? I have the luxury of sitting in my sadness, sitting with it, wondering about it. I guess it really depends on which perspective you choose to take in life. Are you the victim or are you a survivor? For years, I embodied the characteristics of a victim. I hurt. I cared only about my hurt and no one else's, it wasn't intentional. I had no room for anyone else's suffering because mine was so great. But then I began to heal. I am still healing. Now, however, I have the luxury of being able to step into someone else's shoes. I've learned how to extend empathy to others. In fact, I hardly show empathy to myself. It's always easier to be kind to others rather than to yourself. Be kind and gentle with yourself, Chris taught me. I know this phrase well, thanks to him. Perhaps if I repeated this enough times, I could apply it to my own life. I need to be kind and gentle with myself, said in a non-judgmental way, said calmly and with openness. The willingness to effect change in my life. I must be kind and gentle with myself and be calm and be kind to myself. I must keep myself safe above all and be kind to myself. That is my life motto, to keep myself safe. For the opposite of safe leads to death, and living is what I must focus on, even when living hurts. As Chris says, killing myself is a very, very bad idea. It's a bad idea. Plus, I did make him a promise to send him a letter one day, and promises I keep. Promises I value. I value keeping my word. This is why I hesitate to make promises to anyone anymore. Because once a promise is made, I do have to keep it. And I promised to Chris that I would stay alive, even if it hurts. Because feelings come and go, and I remain. He taught me this too. It means that life won't always feel this bad, because feelings come and go. And I remain.